It's Thursday, April 6th. Call the fire department. Knowledge climbed a tree and won't come down, not even for Purina Whisker Lickens. Here, knowledge! The Truth is not sponsored by Purina or its parent company, Nestle. The Washington Post has a story today entitled, "Immigration Debate Wakes a Sleeping Latino Giant." The photo included in the article fails to convince this reporter that the supposed Latino giant is any larger than a regular Latino. Something from the comments, special report. On April 4th, we learned about how the Washington Post had asked an undergraduate student to share her insights into the world of blogging. During that segment, this reporter used a Valley Girl voice when quoting that student. Due to the powers of the internet, that very same young woman left a comment on my blog. Jessica Miller writes, "That was the email I sent that journalist. She totally butchered it. My personal opinion about blogging in an educational setting is somewhat contradictory. I feel that blah 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 blah." Jessica, opinions are just like thinking. You let me take care of that. But this makes me wonder, are you a sports racer? Do you even have a power move? Here's mine. Sports racer, racing, sports. I call that move Thunderclaw. Many students think of college as a place where you learn how to think, sort of like baby birds who are weaned off of regurgitated ideas fed to them by larger birds, and who are then taught how to find ideas on their own. That sounds stressful. Nothing could be further from the truth. Colleges are simply remote and walled-off places where we send young people from the annoying ages of 17 to 21. This allows students to develop life skills, like casual sex and drinking, or coping with having caught nerd. It also allows students to get certain conversations out of the way before entering the real world. Is love at first sight real? Isn't capitalism so responsible for global warming? I don't care what people think of me. Do you think there's only one person in the world that's meant for you? But Jessica, I know the real reason you sent me such a long comment. You want to be a sports racer sidekick. Well, Sports Racer already has a sidekick, Hoops, but there's always room for one more. From now on, your name is Turbo. What's your power move? Members of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, along with the U.S. Geological Survey, have said that the Bush administration has made it hard for them to speak to the public about global warming. Scientists say that administration officials have removed references to global warming from their reports, news releases, and websites, have investigated news leaks, and sometimes urged them to stop speaking to the media altogether. Global warming, like herpes, will go away if you ignore it. Republicans in the House approved a campaign finance measure which places strict caps on contribution categories normally used by Democrats, while at the same time removing limits to contribution categories normally used by Republicans. You can't spell reform without the word crap. Well, I guess you can, but it's still crap. The New York Times reports that scientists have found the fossils of a fish that appears to be midway in the transition between being a sea animal and a land animal. Evolutionary theory would predict that one would find such intermediary fossils, and just to teach the controversy, intelligent design would predict nothing. This is Zefrank and Turbo thinking so you don't have to.